Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 1 of a two-game series between your UNT Mean Green and Texas State Bobcats. I'm Dawson Miller, and I'll be taking you through tonight's 8:45 matchup, as we were a little late on the start with an 8:56 startup. The last game North Texas hit the ice as a squad was January 30th, which was the American College Classic. It was in Allen, Texas. It was a high-scoring game with 18 total goals scored in the game, as UNT eventually lost 10-8 against the SMU Mustangs. The next weekend, the Mean Green, though, had their two-game series postponed due to inclement weather that affected many people's schedules. As here's Joey Demers with a shot on the net. That'll be gloved down by the goalie for the Texas State Bobcats, as we got to witness both these teams late in September, early in the season, as it was a two-game series. The Mean Green lost the first game 7-6 here at the Children's Health Star Center, and then eventually the next game won 6-4, making it a tied series for both squads heading into the weekend. We will witness what each team can bring tonight as they have progressed as both teams in the few months that they've played, as Wright Perry will try to keep the puck in, but slaps it all cross ice, and the Bobcats will regroup, as here is Calandra for the Mean Green. He'll fight off McManus, trying to get a shot on net, but here's Lamb on the follow-up, trying to find Lafferty in the slot, but that is picked off by the Bobcats, and here's number 88, Nahama, for the Bobcats. He can't get anything of it, and Lamb will try to start up something in the neutral zone, but it comes all the way back to number 12, Matt Gerst, a junior from Los Altos, California. So he is making his North Texas debut tonight on defense. So we'll get to see what he can bring to the table, as Stefan Kruger is out after an injury on the last game a few weeks back on the America's College Classic. He had a leg injury after a block shot. So we'll see what Gerst can bring to the defensive core for North Texas. Here is Davenlew. Davenlew with speed in the neutral zone. He'll have Bailey follow him up with it, 3-on-2 forming, but that's picked off by Texas State, and they'll try to chip it all the way down, but there's no icing called. Here's Manderbaum. He'll use his speed and beat the foot race with McLeod, as Rutledge tips it off the glass, and it's kept in by Minch. Minch will take a shot, and it hits Parker, who is always stellar in the games that he has played so far in this season. So we'll see what he can bring between the pipes. As here's number 4, Bosky for Texas State. Makes a shot on Parker, but that's picked off by McLeod, and Cunningham will try to get it out of the zone with Mandelbaum on him with speed. And the referee will call offsides. There's a little bit of miscommunication between Clark Bailey and Cunningham, as they will discuss that once they both go back to the bench, as Hooker's line out there with Cunningham, as North Texas will try to chip it off the boards, and McManus can't get all of it. And here is North Texas down low. Goes all the way back to Wright Perry. Wright Perry on the shot, and that is hit off the Texas State goaltender. And we'll start it back up, as here's number 10, Franklin. Franklin with speed, trying to find Nahama out front in front of Parker, but Hooker will start it for North Texas and try to get something on net. He does, but nothing too crazy, as the puck will eventually try to score it free, but Eaton will keep it in. Eric Eaton with around 60 points on the season, as he leads the team, this whole line with Demers and Eaton. Eaton with another shot on net. Backdoor pass from Demers, but that is stopped by Texas State. And we'll get a face-off on the far face-off dot in the Texas State zone, as here is Eric Eaton on the draw. Stetzinger winning it. Eric Eaton trying to find Demers out front in front of both circles. And a little battle down deep behind the goal line with Demers and Stetzinger. Stetzinger comes out top. Stetzinger with a little bit of speed, was trying a backhand attempt, and it goes up and beyond the net, but it's still kept alive as Snetsinger trying to keep it alive. But Reed will get hit off by number 4, Bosky for Texas State. And here comes Mannerbaum for Texas State with speed, with a 2-on-2 maybe forming for Texas State. Here goes back to Roski with a little bit of a shot attempt, but Alfred is there on the follow-up along with Snetsinger. And Alfred will shovel a pass to Eric Ian, who cross-eyes to Demers with speed. He'll settle it down and try to find Eric Eaton back again, but that's picked off by Daniel Mannerbaum for Texas State, and he'll just dump it all the way deep, and Wright Perry is there. As North Texas doing a good job of getting the puck out and getting some opportunities, but nothing on the scoreboard so far with 15:08 left in the first period. It's been a pretty back-and-forth hockey game so far if you're just joining us on UNT Hockey on YouTube, as McLeod will try to hit off his man of Brewer, and Brewer still stuck in the corner, as here is Harding. Harding with a shot. That's wide of Parker, and McManus will try to keep it in. He does, and Texas State still with a little pressure on the Mean Green. Here's Calandra. Calandra possibly 3-on-1, 2-on-1 forward. Calandra with a shot. Saved by Texas State goaltender, and we'll have a face-off in the Bobcat defensive zone. As Lafferty on the draw. Lafferty getting his first goal of the season last game, which was against SMU, as he tries to get another shot on net. Is Calandra. Calandra with the shot. And Calandra as well got his first of the season. Him and Lafferty on a line were really stellar in that very intense loss. A 10-8 loss against SMU, but some good looks by Lafferty and Calandra in that game. So we'll have a face-off back in the same spot after Texas State just iced the puck. 6 shots on net for your UNT Mean Green, with 3 shots by the Texas State Bobcats. As Rutledge will lose the draw to number 10 Franklin for Texas State. Franklin with some speed as a 3-on-2 trying to form. He finds Brewer. Brewer with the shot, and a quick save by Parker as it's kicked off, and Rutledge will try to set it all the way down. No icing on it as it finally trickles and will settle down. And Bench will find his man of Roski, and Wright Perry will cross ice to Davenlew. Gets it to Rutledge, but a delayed offsides, and Texas State will have time to regroup. As here's Harding, the captain for the Bobcats, trying to find his open man, but Bates can't get all of it, and McLeod and Wright Perry will have a little bit of time with some slight pressure from Roski and Bates, along with Mannerbaum on the ice for the Bobcats. Mannerbaum was a key player for Texas State last matchup late September, as his name was called many times, as he was a pest on the puck and for North Texas with many goals and breakaway attempts. So we'll see what he can do tonight for the Bobcats. We'll have a face-off back in the North Texas defensive zone with Rutledge, Bailey, and Davenlew on the draw. As Roski on the draw, he'll win it back to Pepard. Pepard with a shot. That's wide of Parker. Goes back to McManus. McManus with a shot. That's tipped out front, but goes in the near corner, and Wright Perry will try to chip it out, but Rutledge is there to help him out with it. But Texas State still with good pressure at keeping it in. Davenlew will finally try to get it out, but Bailey is there. A little bit of an interruption by Bates, and he'll find his partner of Roski. Roski will get checked off by Rutledge, and we'll see what Bailey can do with Cunningham in the neutral zone. Cunningham trying to make a move, but that's fought off by McManus and will be cleared all the way down. As McManus with some pressure from Cunningham, and Roski will gain possession, get it back to McManus, cross ice pass trying to find an open Mannerball, but puck will go out of play, and we'll have a face-off back in the neutral zone with 12:14 left in the first period. As a little tie-up on the draw, but it's went back for Gerst for the Mean Green, as he's partnered with Reed, Reed's normal partner is Kruger. So we'll see what Gerst and Reed can bring on the point tonight. The California native, as Reed will try to find Kennard, but that puck will skip off his stick, and finally we will get it back to Texas State as Brewer with a little bit of speed, stop and start, trying to find a shot on Parker, and he does with a quick chest save. Parker pretty stellar so far with a little bit of shots, nothing too crazy, but some opportunities for the Bobcats in the first, as Stetzinger on the draw with Franklin. Franklin will win that one, and it's shot off by number 21 for that is Demers with a follow-up block, but it's called offsides. Is a little bit of miscommunication between Eaton and Demers, but referee was a little late on that offsides call, as that was a 2-on-1 attempt after a point shot blocked by Demers. We would be very lucky to see Eaton and Demers on a 2-on-1 and something not happen, as Ian always kind of makes something happen when he's got full possession of the puck. Here's Franklin for Texas State with some speed against Wright Perry. Franklin with a shot, and that's wide of Parker, who's trying to look for that glove side pocket, but that was wide of Parker, high and wide, as the Bobcats still have some possession. Brewer will chip it down. Alfred's there. He gets hit off by Franklin, but skims it to Wright Perry. Send it forward for Stetzinger to his partner of Ian. Ian trying to find Demers. Demers finally gets it. Demers with a shot, trying to find that 5-hole attempt on the Texas State goaltender of and we'll have a face-off back in the Bobcats zone. With Stetzinger on the draw, wins it to Demers, back to Wright Perry. Wright Perry almost skips past his stick, but it's kept in alive. Demers with some pressure from Roski will give and go with Stetzinger. Demers with the puck again behind the net, and a delayed penalty, I believe, will be on the Bobcats with Lafferty coming out, but it's touched up by Mannerbaum, and the captain for the Bobcats, Topher Harding, will go to the box, and we'll have a 2-minute power play for North Texas, the first power play of the night with 10:28 left in the first. We'll see what their power play can bring with Rutledge, Bailey, and Lafferty. Usually the first power play unit consists of Stetzinger, Demers, and Eaton, but we'll see what the Mean Green will do with the different unit out there to start the 2-minute power play, as the puck is cleared all the way down with some pressure from Roski, who loses his edge, and Wright Perry will stride it forward, finds Lafferty. Lafferty with a shot and a chest save for Perez for Texas State. And we'll get Stetzinger, Ian, and Demers out there, the normal top unit, with Reed and Gerst on the point with 1:38 left in the Harding penalty. As Stetzinger loses the draw to, I believe that is Franklin out there. And puck is sent all the way down. Parker will leave it for Gerst with some pressure from the speedy Mannerbaum. And Reed will have time and feed it to Demers. Demers with some time and space will find Stetzinger, but can't find the stick of Reed, with Mannerbaum with a little bit of speed on Gerst. Mannerbaum trying to make a move around Gerst, but that is lost by him, and he gets tripped up by Gerst, but Parker glove that down. But a nice silk move by Mannerbaum, but couldn't find anything yet from a good one-on-one by Matt Gerst for North Texas. As face-off loss, Franklin will win it. Goes back to Papard, but he'll send it and rim it around for Franklin. Franklin gets battled along by Gerst, and they'll have some time with 53 seconds left on the power play. As here's Reed. Reed with some time and space. And he'll find Stetzinger on the follow-up attempt. Gives it to Eaton. Eaton with a hat trick on the America's College Classic against SMU a few weeks back. And he'll find Demers. Demers trying to find Ian out front, but that's picked off by the defender of Papard for Texas State. And a whistle is called by the official, and we'll see what the call is. There's an abrupt hold. I believe it's either too many men for North Texas. So we'll see a 4-on-4 action with a 2-minute penalty on a too many men call. And we'll see what both teams can do with a lot of ice on a 4-on-4 with Roski and Lafferty on the draw. Lafferty will win it back for Wright Perry. A lot of time and space on 4-on-4. And he'll just chip it forward, and Papard is there on the point. And Roski will try to find Brewer, but Wright Perry will be there on the follow-up, trying to do a give and go with McLeod, but some miscommunication there as the puck is still not all the way free. And Brewer was trying to find Roski out front, but they still keep it alive. On the point is Papard. Papard with a shot, tipped out front by Brewer, and Parker will glove that down with a great tip by Brewer out front, but Parker said no, and that is 7 shots on in the first period for the Bobcats, as we'll do a wholesale line change for both teams. Roski will stay on the ice with Mannerbaum and Bates on the point. And puck goes back to Mensch. Now a 5-on-4 for the Bobcats. Mensch will find Bates. Bates, puck skipped over his stick, but the puck is rimmed all the way around. Here's Reed. He'll chip it forward. Harding finds his man of Mensch. Mensch with a shot, and scored! Bobcats goal. Braden Mensch with a shot on the point after a D-to-D pass from his partner, Topher Harding. And the first goal of the night, first for the Bobcats, for number 21, Mensch. I don't believe that was tipped out front, so that will be his goal. And it's a 1-0 hockey game with the Bobcats out on top. So that was a power play goal on the too many men call for North Texas. So we'll see what the response is for the Mean Green after that penalty kill hold up power play goal for the Bobcats. So we'll see if the momentum is going to shift or keep for both teams. As Bates trying to make a move around Gerst, and that is hit off by Parker. Gerst trying to find Roski out front, scored another goal, number 5, Topher Harding, on a follow-up play by Roski, as the puck was in the crease. I don't believe Parker saw all of it, and Harding got a quick goal as Parker with his helmet off and some difficult pain after that Bobcat goal, as those goals were less than a minute apart, making this a 2-0 hockey game. But Parker still kind of down, but we'll shake that one up. And Kruger, who was about to go on the ice and help him out, will go back to the bench. So a 2-0 hockey game after a goal from 2 defensemen, Topher Harding, number 5, and number 21, Braden Mensch. So we'll Mean Green needing a response with those 2 goals, as here is Kalantra. Kalantra will send it cross eyes for McLeod. McLeod with a little Slap pass to Lamb down low, but McManus is there to interrupt. And Brewer trying to find his man of number 67, Chase Papard, but that is an icing on the play. So we'll get face-off back in the Bobcats defensive zone. So 2 goals scored in less than a minute. One was a power play goal for the Bobcats. The other one was a 5-on-5, but a scramble out front in front of Parker in the crease led to a Harding goal, making this a 2-zip hockey game. As they battle along, Franklin trying to find his man, but that's picked up by Wright Perry. Wright Perry with a shot and doesn't go all the way to the net as it's in the far corner, and Brewer will follow up with speed, finding his man of Nahama. Nahama gets tricked up, and no call on the play. And Harding will have some time after scoring the second goal for the Bobcats. Here's Calandra. Calandra with a shot, and that's glove down. And he's checked off, but here comes Brewer. Brewer with some speed with a 2-on-2 forming, but an offsides call as he still gets the shot off on Parker, but we'll have a face-off, I believe, in the neutral zone by the penalty boxes. And we'll have Bailey's line out there, see if they can respond with 6:27 left in the first period of play. As the Bobcats will win it back, here is number 21, Mensch, who him and his partner have the 2 goals for the Bobcats today, as Mensch trying to find that cross-ice pass for his man of Bates, but doesn't get all of it, and Gerson Alfred will start up for North Texas. Alfred finding Davenlew. Davenlew will circle all the way around, trying to find an open Rutledge, but puck kind of skips over his stick, and the Bobcats have a little bit of possession, a little bit of back and forth hockey in the neutral zone for both teams so far in the first period. Here's Manderbaum, 3-on-2 forming. Manderbaum with speed, Manderbaum with a shot. That's blocked by Alfred, who will start it up for North Texas, and Rutledge will receive a cross-ice pass from Davenlew, and he takes a shot, but it's fought off by Roski, who defends that. Roski will try to find his man of Manderbaum, and an icing will be called, or not called, as Manderbaum used his speed to fight off that icing call, as he's down low below the goal line. Some pressure from Rutledge. Hits off his man as it's back to Bates, the assistant captain for the Bobcats. And some give and go for the Texas State is Papard trying to keep the puck in, but Davenlew gets hit off but keeps it in. Here is Franklin. Franklin with speed trying to go around Gers. Franklin another shot and trying to find a 5-hole attempt on Trace Parker, but puck is sent out and behind the net. And here is Brewer with a shot and a sneaky glove grab by Parker after a seemed like a wraparound attempt by Tristan Brewer. And we'll have a face-off in the North Texas defensive zone with Franklin and Snetzinger. And Snetzinger will win it back, and Wright Perry will have a little bit of pressure, but see if he can find his open guys. He finds Demers, Joey Demers. A little bit of hip movement, trying to go around his man McManus. So has possession and time. Finds Eric Ian on the wraparound attempt. Aaron Ian with a shot. And the puck is still free. And he's trying to get a second attempt on that, but nothing on that one. And we'll have a face-off in the defensive zone. As Snetzinger on the draw. And he will lose that one as it's still followed up by Ian and Demers, but Nahama will try to send it forward and out. And in the neutral zone, Wright Perry will cross ice pass to Ian. Ian trying to find a quick fast to Demers, but that's broken up by Harding. Harding with a shot. That hits the top of the stick of Parker. And North Texas will start up possible 2-on-2 forming. Here's Demers. Demers with a shot and hits the low glove of the Texas State goaltender, Perez. And here is Eric Eaton. Eaton trying to find a little move. Eric Eaton with another move. Eaton scores! Move around both guys. The Magic Man, Eric Eaton, with a great goal on Perez. What a goal. Eric Eaton goes around two guys like it's nothing and makes this a 2-1 hockey game. As he dodged the first guy, dodged the second, and had a glove side snipe, Eric Eaton. And the North Texas Mean Green are on the scoreboard after that beautiful goal by the Magic Man, Eric Eaton. If you give him time and space and room to skate, he will make things happen. And puck will go out of play. We'll see if that Eric Eaton goal will change things and a momentum shift for the North Texas squad. As here's Roski. Roski trying to make a move around Reed, but that's broken up by him. And Calandra and Lafferty will have some speed, maybe a 3-on-2 foreman. Calandra cross ice to Lafferty. Gets full possession of it, sends it to Gers. Gers with a shot, and Perez will stick that one away. And here is Lamb. Lamb with another shot, and Perez with another one. Lamb with another shot. That's wide to Perez. Calandra on the follow-up. And can't seem to get all of it as Reed is there. That's blocked by McManus as he hits off Calandra. And they'll battle along the near side glass in the Bobcats defensive zone. But Lamb will come out on top. And McManus will steal it away and find his open winger of Roski. And that'll be sent all the way down for Reed. Finding his man of Calandra. Finding Lafferty. Lafferty with some space. Makes a little move around his man of Minch. But Perez will say no to that one. And puck is sent all the way down for McLeod. No icing is called with 2:13 left in the first period. And McLeod will find Calandra. Got some time and some speed. Calandra getting his first goal of the season after a late start for him against SMU 2 weekends ago. As here's Manderbaum. Manderbaum with a shot blocked by McLeod. And Brewer will help him out and check off McLeod. Manderbaum again out front, but that's flipped away. As here's Nahama. Can't get all of it, and Hooker will have some time. Bryson Hooker takes a shot, and that's a quick save by Perez, but will be sent all the way around, and Hooker will still have some time and space. No one on him. Hooker makes her move around Brewer, and we're still on him on that, but the puck finally comes out free, and Manderbaum will find his man in Nahama, but doesn't have full control, and Wright Perry will whiff on a pass. Brewer trying to make a move around him, but Wright Perry comes out on top with speed. He'll wait and hold and try to find someone out front, but that's picked off by McManus. McManus will start it up for the Bobcats, but that's picked up by Stetzinger. And Papard will find Franklin, and he hits his man of Wright Perry, who kind of collide together, and it's finally sent all the way down for Franklin, as Wright Perry has some time, finds his man of McLeod, finds Demers. Joey Demers with some space, trying to find Ian. Ian with the goal for North Texas with a shot, and a glove snag by Perez, but the puck is still out and free. 25 seconds left in the first period as Demers finds Durst, D to Alford. Alford with a light shot net. Here's Demers with a shot, and blocked out front by Roski. But still has another shot on net, and Perez will finally glove that down and settle things as a ton of opportunities in that short time for North Texas on the Eric Ian top line with Lucas Snetzinger, Joey Demers, and of course the Magic Man himself, Eric Eaton, who showed his magic a few minutes ago with that disgusting goal going around two guys. As Reed trying to find Ian cross eyes with a little bit of a fake shot pass. And it goes back to Reed. Reed with the shot. And he had the open lane, but this goes high and wide of Perez. But we'll have less than a second left in the first period. 21 shots for North Texas and 13 shots for Texas State, as both goalies, Perez and Trace Parker, on top so far. So we'll see what was 0.3 seconds, and a face-off will just end things for the first period, as both teams with a little bit of scoring, as Harding and Minch for the Texas State Bobcats started the scoring off, the two D partners for the Bobcats, with one of them being a point shot with no tip out front, and then Harding with a scramble out front and Parker, and him getting the rebound attempt off the good play by Roski trying to get a puck on net, and then finally finishing it off with North Texas, Eric Eaton, the Magic Man, going around two guys with a beautiful glove side goal on Perez, making this a 2-1 hockey game with 21 to 13 shots. UNT with 21. So we'll be back in less than 15 minutes, as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second period of play between your UNT Mean Green and Texas State Bobcats. It was a back and forth battle between both teams as the Bobcats came out with 2 goals to start off the first. First goal was scored by number 21, Braden Minch, for the Bobcats. Had a little point shot on Parker with some screens out front, no tip on it. And he got that one. Then less than a minute later, his D partner Tofa Harding followed up a play from number 4, Roski. And Roski got a shot on Parker, and Harding got the rebound. And those goals were less than at least 45 seconds apart. So it was a 2-0 hockey game. And then the Magic Man, Eric Ian, came out to play and goes around 2 guys and buries one for UNT, as we'll start off this period with 21 shots for UNT and 13 shots for the Bobcats. We'll start out with Demers and Snetzinger on the draw with Wright Perry and McLeod. We'll see what the response is for both teams after that locker room visit for 15 minutes. Both of these teams played in late September. It was a tie series. The first game, the Bobcats came out on top with a 7-6 win, and then the Saturday game the next day, North Texas came out on top with a win, making it a 1-1 series. So we'll see what they can bring to the table at this game, and then at tomorrow's game on Saturdays. Here is Stetzinger trying to find Demers. Demers with speed. It's onside. Demers waits, holds with a shot on Miller. Another shot. And Miller saves that. And finally comes out of play as Wright Perry trying to keep it in, but can't seem to speed up to it. He'll find his D-man McLeod. McLeod gets hit off by Brew, but it's sent all the way down in the offensive zone. Here's Ian. Ian with some space and time. Eric Ian will slip on the ice, but still has some possession and magically still has the puck. Gets hit off by Brewer. Finds Snetzinger. Snetzinger with a little play trying to find Demers out front. Puck finally comes out to McLeod. McLeod with a shot. Trying to find a tip out was Ian in front of Colton Miller, who's the goaltender tonight. Here's Demers. Demers with another play and doesn't get all of it. Has a lot of pressure here for North Texas to start the second period, trying to make this a 2-2 hockey game. And Eric Ian trying to get another one on the board after his brilliant goal in the late in the first period. Eric Ian down low behind the goal line. Some time and space. Usually good things happen when he has the puck for a long time. Eric Eaton. No stick is Harding, so 5-on-4 basically, as he lost his stick a few minutes or about a minute back. A battle along down low. Here's Demers. Still some space. And finally, Brewer will rim it around. We'll see if Nahama can get it out. He barely chips it out. And Wright Perry will settle it down for North Texas as they get a quick line change. And no icing will be called on that dump in by Wright Perry. Mannerbaum will send it deep in the neutral zone, and Wright Perry is there to interrupt. And Mean Green doing a good job in this period at getting some shots deep and just having full puck possession, especially in front of Miller. I apologize in the first. I was confused on what goaltender was playing tonight, but it is Colton Miller for the Texas State Bobcats, who was really stellar in the first period, only allowing 1 goal for North Texas. And so far, he's been a brick wall between the pipes. And Bobcats will play some give and goes, trying to get something started in the Mean Green defensive zone. Here's the defenseman, McManus. McManus trying to make a move around McLeod with a great stick play. But the Bobcats still have possession. Goes to Papard. Papard with a shot. Davenlew with a sliding block on that one to prevent any type of shot coming to Trace Parker. And McLeod will chip it off the glass. And it doesn't get all the way out, as Bailey having trouble with that one. Both teams having some chances, but North Texas really coming out on top on this period with Demers line getting some shots on Miller with 16:41 left in the second period. We'll get Lafferty's line out there, along with Calandra and Lamb. Calandra on the draw, or on the wing, with Lafferty on the draw. And Franklin will win it back. Calandra trying to, with speed with Papard. Calandra with a shot on Miller, but a quick save by Miller on that. It's kept him by Matt Gerst, the newcomer for North Texas. And Lamb battles along the near corner with Papard. Lamb trying to slip something through for Lafferty, but it's broken up by Brewer. Brewer will will it up with speed, finds a shot, but it's high and wide of Parker. And the puck goes all the way in the neutral zone, and Lafferty's there to skate up with it. Finds Calandra. Calandra with room. Calandra with a shot. And I believe that hit the stick of Miller, but it's still kept alive for North Texas, but it's broken up by Franklin for Texas State. Franklin onside with Nahama, trying to find something in the slot. Nahama with a wraparound tipped on Parker. And finally, Calandra will have some time and just send it deep, but trying to find a little drop pass for Cunningham. But Roski will one-on-one with Wright Perry. He takes a shot, and it's blocked by Perry, who will wheel it up and wheels it with trying to find his open man. Trying his partner McLeod. McLeod with some room. McLeod with a slap shot, and it's blocked by Mannerbaum. Here is Calandra. Loses it to Bates. Trying to find a cross-ice pass to Roski, but right to Perry and McLeod will give and go as a line change for the Mean Green forwards. And both teams trying to settle it down and get the puck deep and start something. McLeod will send it forward for Cunningham. Cunningham with some speed will chip it out, but Roski is there. Cunningham still with some pressure, as Mannerbaum will wheel it up with speed. He's the speedster for the Bobcats. Trying to make a move around McLeod. He does with another shot on Parker with a silky move by Daniel Mannerbaum for the Bobcats. And here's McManus. McManus trying to make a move around Perry. And the puck is still kept in. McManus with a shot and a tip out front, but a quick save by Trace Parker with 19 shots on that for the Bobcats after that shot from McManus and 25 shots for the Mean Green. And we'll have the top line for UNT out there with Eric Eaton, Demers, and Stetzinger. Eric Eaton leading the team in points. And if you follow us on Instagram at UNT Hockey, the Magic Man himself, Eric Eaton, with just in 2 seasons, has recorded 95 points, 61 goals, and 34 assists. And he sits 28th in scoring across the entire ACHA. So Eric Eaton making some very outstanding work on the score sheet with 95 points in 2 seasons of play, 61 goals and 34 assists, along with the goal tonight late in the first, which was a very beautiful thing to watch as he is out there right now with Stetzinger and Demers. See what they can produce on this shift. Here's Ian. Ian just throwing it forward, but it's blocked down by McManus. And he tries to send it all the way down, and referee has his arm up. I believe that was a hand pass or something of a high stick. And we'll have a face-off all the way down right on the left side of Parker with 13:47 left in the second period. As always, make sure to follow us on our social media at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at UNT Hockey. So make sure to follow all of our media outlets for updates on games, scheduling, and shout-outs of our players and any information for upcoming things. Here's Demers on a breakaway. Demers Time and space. Demers with a shot. Scored! UNC goal. Joey Demers on a breakaway. What a goal, Joey Demers. As a quick pass from Eric Ian finding a wide open Joey Demers beating the Bobcats defenseman. And short side goal on Miller for the Bobcats, making this a 2-2 game with 13:23 left in the second, with Ian on the assist and Demers on the goal sheet tonight. Those two with great chemistry the whole season. And what an outstanding goal by Demers, using his skill, speed, and patience, finding that short side snipe on Miller as Demers maybe again on another one with some space. Finds Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a shot that's blocked by McManus. With momentum in the favor for North Texas. Here's Mannerbaum. Mannerbaum with a shot, and that's blocked by Wright Perry in the far corner. He'll battle with Wright Perry, and here's Bates coming out on top. Bates gets checked off by his man of McLeod, and a hand pass is called by the official. We'll have a face-off back in the defensive zone for the Mean Green. So Eric Ian and Joey Demers, both goals tonight. Both of them had goals a few weeks back against SMU on that weekend. Joey Demers and Ian with great chemistry on the ice, along with Lucas Stetzinger. All three of them lead the team in points. As the Bobcats down low, here's McLeod finding Davenlew. Davenlew finds Bailey, but that's broken up by number 21, Minch for the Bobcats. And Perry and McLeod will settle down, play some give and goes. Cross ice for Davenlew from Perry, but it skips over his stick. And the Mean Green just playing some back and forth with the Bobcats as it's sent all the way down. Harding. DDD pass to his partner of Minch, who both have goals tonight early in the first period. Here's Bailey with some time and space. He gets tripped up by Bates, but the puck is free, and the Bobcats have some space and time. Here's Mannerbaum. Will try to make a move around McLeod with a little shovel pass to himself, but it gets finally knocked out of play with 11:38 left in the second period. And we'll have a face-off, I believe, right in front of the Bobcats bench. With Lafferty's line out there, Calandra and Lamb. As Lafferty wins it back to the new guy for the Mean Green, Gerst, who is here is Calandra. Calandra trying to find his open man from McManus. And Lafferty down low behind the net with McManus battling. Lamb will help him out. A lot of players down there. Here's Calandra with a spinorama pass. They'll be finding Lafferty out front of the slot, but that's picked off by Brewer, and we'll see what the Bobcats can start out. Possible 2-on-1 forming. Here is Franklin for the Bobcats. He has space and time trying to find Brewer back door, and it's a quick save by Trace Parker. And the puck is sent all the way down. No icing on the play. A great save by Parker on that two-on-one attempt for the Bobcats. With 20 shots on Parker tonight, as Brewer sends that one forward. And a penalty slashing call, I believe, on the new guy, number 12, Matt Gerst, which we'll see a Bobcat power play, their first of the night. So we've seen a Mean Green power play early in the first, but we haven't seen a Texas State power play so far. So we'll have their first unit out there right now, see what they can do with 2 minutes on the Gerst call on the slashing. And Ian wins the draw to
his man of right parry, who sends it all the way down, kill off a few seconds. And Harding will start it up for the Bobcats with speed. Go around his man. And wait and hold. Harding with a shot. And here is Bates on the follow-up. Bates finds his man of Mannerbaum. Mannerbaum, some space and time. Mannerbaum finds Harding. Harding with a shot. Kind of a bad angle, but still gets it off on Parker. Still have possession with 1:21 left in the power play. Another pass shot from Mannerbaum trying to trick up the penalty kill of North Texas. And that's picked off by McLeod off the pass from Bates. And here's Ian. Ian with a little bit of speed will wait and hold. Makes room out his round. Here's Demers. Demers with a shot on Ian finding him out front. And Ian will kill off the clock as he goes all the way back in his zone, killing off a lot of this power play. And Ian sends it forward for Demers. Demers trying to make him move around his man, still with possession, and finally gets picked off by Papard. What a play by Eaton, killing off the clock and doing his thing to kill off a majority of this Gerst penalty for North Texas. As here is Brewer, sends it to McManus. McManus with a shot, and a quick pad save by Parker. Nothing too crazy. Back to McManus. McManus with another shot, tip out front, but puck is still in the possession of the Bobcats. Another shot by Papard. Bates with another shot, and no goal on the play as Mannerbaum signaling that it is a goal, but from here it does not look like it is. It looks like the puck was on the line with Parker saying no. So still remains 2-2 after a scramble out front in front of Parker. And a few shot attempts on him, but I think a few players from Texas State thought that it was possibly a goal in, but no goal on the play as it'll remain 2-2 with 8:50 left in the second. Still 8 seconds left on the Gerst penalty, so we'll see what the Bobcats can do with this short power play attempt as he's getting ready to come out of the box and make this 5-on-5. And a little bit of miscommunication with the Bobcats players on the power play. And finally it's sent forward, but Papard is there. Papard with a shot, rebound attempt, Brewer, but he doesn't get all of it, and it's wide of Parker. And he had somewhat of a wide open net on the left side of Parker. But what a shot by Papard. Great rebound attempt, but Brewer doesn't get all of it. And he's getting sent to the box now after some altercations with Davenlew. So he'll get sent to the box, I believe, for roughing. So as the penalty by Gerst is done, we'll have a 2-minute power play for North Texas on that Brewer roughing call after the whistle on Davenlew. So we'll get to see a second power play for the Mean Green with Stetzinger and Ian on the lineups along with Demers. And here's Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a shot and a quick glove snag by Colton Miller for the Bobcats. We'll see if Demers and Ian can get their second of the night and if Stetzinger can get one on the board, as Franklin will win this one back, and it's rimmed all the way around. Calandra keeps in with his glove. A little bit unsuccessful as Mannerbaum with speed, along with Franklin with a 2-on-1. Short-handed, Mannerbaum with a shot, and it is wide of Parker as that shot had some heat on it, but it's sent all the way back in the neutral zone. Here's Demers, finds Ian. Ian back give and go with Demers. Demers with some time. Demers with a shot, and that's blocked by Harding out front. In the near corner, they'll battle along with Stetzinger helping out. Goes to the point for Reed. D to Calandra. Calandra with a shot and hits off the glass, and behind the net is Harding and Stetzinger, along with the majority of the forwards for both squads. Finally comes free to Ian, trying to find the point man of Brant Reed. Reed back to Ian. Ian takes a shot, but it's high and wide of Miller. On the point is Calandra. He'll find Demers, cross ice to Ian. But finally, there's a little altercation. Stetzinger and Harding getting at it. And Harding staying on the ice, or coming off as well, along with Stetzinger, as I believe there was some little bit of work they were doing out front in front of Miller as they were going at it. A roughing call for Stetzinger and Harding as whistle was blown after some good plays by the Mean Green and good looks. But Stetzinger is in the box, some back and forth from Harding and him. And we'll have a 2-minute power play or 2-minute penalty for Stetzinger in the box, along with the same call for Brewer on the penalty, the roughing call with 53 seconds in that call. So a few penalties on the board. We'll see what it finally shakes out to be, if it's a 4-on-3 or 4-on-4 or 5-on-4. Stetzinger still a little bit frustrated with that call. 7:34 left in the second period. And Wright Perry trying to calm him down. And we'll have a face-off, I believe, all the way back in the Mean Green defensive zone. And referees still having some issues, I believe, with some score keeping. Trying to get, I think, both penalties on the board. As Stetzinger's penalty is on there, but I think they're trying to get Harding's penalty, number 5, up there as well, because it was a roughing call on both players after their altercation in front of Miller. So we'll see if this is a 5-on-4, or 4-on-4, or possibly a 4-on-3, whatever the referee wants to discuss. And we'll have Kennard coming in the box with Stetzinger. So we'll see if he is serving maybe a double minor for Stetzinger after he is still standing up in the box. I believe the referee wasn't too happy about that one. So we'll have a 4-on-3 or 4-on-4 for both squads, as Wright Perry will send it cross eyes for his man, but it's in front and Papard, and McManus will play some give and go. And finally, here's Ian in the neutral zone. He has some space and time. Eric Ian takes a shot and barely kept in by Miller, as that was a kind of a no-looker snake eyes shot by Eric Eaton on Miller, trying to trick him up, making that maybe his second of the night. And Ian on the draw against Franklin. Ian will win it, but Mannerbaum is there to interrupt with speed, but Wright Perry is there on the defensive play. Wright Perry finds Demers. Demers with a shot. Pad saved by Miller. And puck is still in the possession of North Texas. And Ian will send it off the back of the net. McManus is there. He'll spin around and wheel it up for the Bobcats, trying to make some moves. And here comes Franklin. Franklin with a shot, but that's blocked by McLeod with some time. And sends it down to Demers. Demers trying to keep on side with Eaton and makes a move and gets hit off by Franklin. And finally, Minch will rim it around for Mannerbaum. Mannerball will sit around, and both teams trying to start something up, but a little bit of, give and goes and no puck possession down low in front, as we'll see what Mannerbaum can do for the Bobcats. This is a still 2-2 hockey game with the only goal coming from Joey Demers and a quick glove save by Parker off that shot from McManus, and the puck is sent all the way down, and no icing will be called as Rutledge won that foot race with showing off his speed. It's helped out by his partner of Minch. Minch cross eyes for Mannerbaum. Mannerbaum will come and collect, and here is McManus. McManus finding Minch, and I believe it's 5-on-5 now for both teams, as Stetzinger and Harding still in the box on those two roughing calls. And here is McManus. McManus will try to make a move around his man at McLeod, but finally gets chipped or floated all the way in the neutral zone. And Reed will collect and angle it off the side of the boards, but no one is there. Papard. D to McManus. And Hooker trying to find something, but it's poked away by Bates, and the puck is lifted and goes out of play. With 4:41 left in the second period, 32 shots for your Mean Green and 26 shots for the Texas State Bobcats. Lone goal from Joey Demers this period on a breakaway attempt on Miller, and a great feed from Eric Ian finding Demers with speed. And he made this a 2-2 hockey game, and we've had nothing since, some opportunities and some power play attempts, but nothing too much, as a shot from Harding goes out of play as it was wide and high from Trace Parker. And we'll have a face-off back on the right side of Parker. As for North Texas, they play tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Same spot, Star Center Valley Ranch, Children's Health Star Center, which is in Irving. And 9:30 p.m. start time, and it is senior night for all of our seniors, so it's a very important night. So make sure to come out of that or join us at UNT Hockey on YouTube if you can attend. But make sure to tune in because it'll be a very special night for all of our seniors and everyone a part of our organization, as well as next 2 Fridays from now in 2 weeks, we will play TCU, which is part of the Americans College Classic. That is in Allen. That'll be March 4th. So we have several games coming up. Make sure to come out and support as always, but if not, make sure to tune with us on at UNT Hockey on YouTube. And here is Franklin. Franklin trying to find a shot on Parker. A little bit of scramble out front. And Harding down low in the far corner with McLeod. Puck finally is flipped out of play. And Cunningham trying to poke it away from Minch, but goes cross eyes. And here's Bailey. And Miller will find it along the boards, but a little bit of altercation there as Rutledge with a shot on Miller. And wheeling it up is Harding. Harding with the first goal of the night, or the second goal for the Bobcats to start out their scoring, but nothing since the first period for them. As Wright Perry gets hit off his man. You tell both squads a little bit tired late in the second period, but trying to start up something. And chipped off the glass trying to find Brewer was Papard, but some back and forth for both teams. Finally, Bailey having trouble getting it deep. Finally does, but it's blocked off by McManus. Delayed offsides for North Texas. McManus cross eyes trying to find Roski. And here is Calandra. Calandra was time and space. Calandra with a shot, and it trickles almost past Miller as it hit his glove and top of his glove and almost trickled all the way past the goal line.
but it was sent out of play or out of the zone. So Calandra almost having his second of the season and making this a 3-2 hockey game. It's a close one for him after that bullet of a shot hit the top of the glove of Colton Miller. Would have made this a 3-2 hockey game. With 2:11 left in the second period. Very lucky play for the Bobcats. Still maintaining this tied hockey game. A very good game if you're just tuning in with us at UNT Hockey on YouTube. A 2-1 game going into this period, and the only goal of the period scored by Joey Demers, assisted by Eric Eaton, who had the first goal for North Texas late in the first period. As fighting off this icing was Eric Eaton, but no icing on the plays. Here's Calandra. Calandra will rim it around, and no one is there as Bates will skid it up, and Demers trying to stay on sides. Will make a move with his man, but Calandra will poke it free. Gets hit off by Mannerbaum, and Mannerbaum in the far corner, fighting off his man of Demers and Calandra. Demers on the top of the goal line. Demers makes a move. Demers with another shot as Miller is out of the crease, but back into it. Demers with a little bit of a fake out on several of the defenders and the goalie of Miller, and referee having his arm up. And Demers will send it all the way to Gerst on the point. Gerst with some time and space. Gerst with a shot, and it's blocked from Harding. And we'll have a power play for North Texas with 55 seconds left in the second period. As Daniel Mannerbaum will go to the box. We'll see what the penalty is on the play. And 2-minute power play, I believe, for North Texas. This is a 2-minute elbowing call on Mannerbaum. So we'll see what this power play of North Texas can provide to make this a 3-2 hockey game going in the first period with less than a minute left. And Stensinger will lose that draw to Franklin, but we'll see if they can still keep it in. Calandra keeps it in. Trying to make a move around Brewer, but Brewer is there. It's a little bit of speed. One-on-one against Gerst. Brewer with a shot. And a chest save by Parker, which makes that now, I believe, 26 to 27 shots for the Bobcats, 35 shots for North Texas. Pretty high scoring shots for both teams. And plenty of chances across both sheets of the ice. And here's Calandra sending it all the way down. We'll see if Ian can win the foot race. Eric Ian with speed. No icing on the play as he gets hit off by Papard, but Mamanus is there. Mamanus rims it around, and it hits off the stanchion and still is kept alive. Here's Ian, finds Stensinger. Stensinger loses the puck, goes all the way back to Calandra. Calandra with a slap shot in front of Miller. Here's Demers, but the puck is still free, but it's still not in. It was right in the crease, and it was a wide open net as Miller was not even close to it, but the Mean Green with plenty of chances in the last 5 minutes of play, just trying to seal the deal, trying to make this a 3-2 hockey game as the clock will finally come down to 0.0, and the buzzer will sound, and we'll be back for the third period in about 15 minutes as the lone goal by Joey Demers, breakaway goal on Miller, made this a 2-2 hockey game. Eric Eaton with a goal in the first period, along with 2 Bobcat goals to start off the first. So we'll see what both teams can do in the third period, if this will be a tied hockey game the whole third period, or if things will change. And the Mean Green will continue their power play on the Mannerbaum elbowing call with 1:05 left on the power play. So we'll see what they can do, if there's a momentum shift or if they can keep up their good work down low in front of Miller. As this is UNT Hockey on YouTube. We'll be back for the third period in 15 minutes. Welcome back into the third period of play between your UNT Mean Green and Texas State Bobcats. It's a tie game, 2-2 between both squads. Joey Demers got the lone goal in the second period off a great feed from the Magic Man Eric Eaton, who had the first goal for North Texas in the first period. And he found Joey Demers on a breakaway attempt on the goaltender Colton Miller for the Bobcats, who has been stellar between the pipes, alongside cross-ice Trace Parker, who has been stellar tonight as well. So we'll see what both teams can produce in this period, as it's third period crunch time, and we'll see if who can get on the board and on the score sheet first. As we start out there is Snetzinger, Demers, and Eaton, and we'll see what their line can produce. And a short but kind of long 1 minute power play on the Daniel Mandelbaum penalty. So we'll see a little power play for North Texas. Reed will set it up. He'll find Snetzinger, who will will it up with speed and carries it for UNT. He'll find Eric Eaton on the near corner. And that's picked off by Roski for the Bobcats. And it is chipped along the boards and all the way down for Matt Gerst, who is making his debut tonight for North Texas. He'll will it up and just will chip it all the way down, as that is Demers on the follow-up. And trying to find Eaton, but that's picked off by Harding, and they'll battle along the goal line. Snetzinger trying to help him out, and finally goes to the point with Gerst. Gerst with a shot, and trying to find something in front of Miller, maybe a possible tip for Eaton, but that's sent all the way down, and back to 5-on-5 action as Mandelbaum is out of the box. So we'll see what both teams can produce. Even strength, 5-on-5, and the puck is sent back in the Bobcat zone. Both teams just trying to find their legs after a fairly long intermission break. So we'll see what the momentum is doing. Here's Demers. Demers will wheel it up with speed, and puck kind of loses it, but still has full possession. And trying to find something out front in the slot, but it's picked off by Brewer, trying to find Ian. Here's Wright Perry on the point with a shot on Miller. And Lafferty looking for that rebound, but Franklin was there to interrupt. Here's Eaton making a move around Franklin. Ian with patient time. Ian with a shot. And that's far wide in the near corner. And Demers still keeping it alive. And finally comes out as Franklin will attempt to move around McLeod, but it's sent back and forth. Finally, McLeod gets it back to him. He finds Calandra up front in the neutral zone. Calandra will speed it up. Calandra with a shot. And puck will go high and wide from Miller, and we'll have a face-off back in the Bobcats' defensive zone with 17:34 left in the third. Few opportunities for the Mean Green. Nothing too much for the Bobcats, but some opportunities for North Texas trying to get that third goal, making this a 3-2 hockey game, and finally lead the game for the night as they have been trailing. Here's Calandra with another shot, and finally gets this one on net, but Miller says no with the glove grab. Miller been really stellar between the pipes. Both goalies, Parker and Miller, doing a great job on collecting their rebounds and making sure that everything on net is brought to a whistle. As here's Mandelbaum on the draw, trying to follow something up. Roski chips it off the glass, feeds it to Mandelbaum. He'll wait, hold, speed shot, and Parker with a glove grab on that one. So we'll have another face-off, but this time in the Mean Green far face-off dot. As Roski and Lafferty on the draw. Lafferty pretty good on draws, but loses this one to Roski. And shot by Harding, but hits off the stick of Lamb and hits the netting and goes out of play. So we'll see what Lafferty, if he can win this one, loses this one again to Roski, but this time it's sent deep from Harding. Calandra is there. Calandra finds the stick of Lafferty on a backhand open ice pass, but that's picked off by the Bobcats, and both teams trying to find full possession of it. And finally, it's sent back in the Texas State defensive zone. Here's Minch. Minch off the boards and gets sent all the way down. No icing on the play as McLeod will have some time, but a little bit of pressure from Bates and sends it back all the way down, and another no icing as Harding will have some time as he scored earlier in the first period, him and his partner Minch, to get the Bobcats 2 goals on the board. And here's Mannerbaum with speed going around Reed, but loses the puck along the goal line. And McManus finds his partner Papard. Papard with a shot, and that is way wide of Parker, but Bobcats still having some pressure down deep. Finally gets sent all the way down. Here's Lamb. Lamb will just flip it forward, but Mean Green still having some possession as Calandra finally just sends it deep and will make a line change. As here's Davenlew, he gets hit off of Papard, but finally Rutledge will find his place. Scored! UNT goal, Reese Rutledge. A very interesting goal as he was along the far corner goal line. And that puck, I don't even think Miller even saw it hit the net, but it trickles along the goal line. And Reese Rutledge gets on the board to make this a 3-2 hockey game. With 15:36 left in the third. Mean Green having a lot of chances in the second and some very early chances in the third period, but Reese Rutledge will find that little spot 5 hole on Miller. Very interesting goal as he was on the far corner, and I think it hit off one of his skates and went and trickled in past Miller. So 3-2 lead for North Texas. We'll see if their momentum will carry with them or the Bobcats can respond to make this a tie game, but some great chances for the Mean Green, and they capitalize with a goal on the board from Rutledge. It's finally sent all the way down, and an icing will be called, and we'll go all the way back in the Bobcats defensive zone as North Texas plays tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. against the Bobcats again. This is game 1 of a 2-game series, so game 2 tomorrow. Same spot, the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch, Irving. So we'll finish off the series tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. And then Friday, March 4th, Mean Green will face TCU at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center in Allen. So that is part of the Americans College Classic. So we'll get to see the UNT play TCU for the first time this season. So make sure to come out and purchase your tickets for that and watch that game. It'll be a very, very fun game to watch at 3:30 p.m. on Friday, March 4th. As puck is sent all the way down. Here's Nahama with a shot. And Brewer on the rebound attempt. And the net is off. And Alford in front of in the crease with Parker. Texas State with some opportunities trying to respond off that Rutledge goal. But we'll have a face-off right in the UNT defensive zone. And referees having some trouble with the ice, but I think we'll carry on with the face-off as February 6th and February 5th games against ETBU Tigers got postponed, as most of y'all probably got to experience the very inclement weather we had about a few weeks back. So those games got postponed against ETBU, the Tigers, which was in Shreveport, Louisiana, but those games got postponed. So
This is the first game for the Mean Green since January 30th, so it's been a while since they've seen the ice. And a great response and for the Mean Green so far as that shot from Pard on Parker, as there was some traffic out front. Mannerbaum with another shot, and that's goes in the near corner, and Wright Perry will send it to Demers. He's got a little bit of speed and tries to make her move around Papard. He does with speed, trying to find Ian backdoor, but the puck just trickles off his stick, but Mean Greens don't have possession. Demers will try to find some space and time, but gets hit off by Roski. Finds Ian. Trying to go a give and go with Demers, but that's picked off by McManus. McManus will bring it up. Possible 3-on-2 forming for Texas State. McManus with a shot, and that hits the netting and goes out of play. And we'll have a face-off in the UNT defensive zone. As always, if you are ever trying to get information from us on game scheduling or any updates on anything UNT hockey related, make sure to follow us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at UNT Hockey. As here is Eric Eaton, and an offsides is called as Demers and Eaton discussing with the referee. A little bit of miscommunication there, but Ian a little frustrated on that one, saying they weren't even close to offsides, but the official thinks different. That was a good chance, possibly forming for North Texas to maybe make this a 4-2 hockey game. Stetzinger on the draw, loses it to Franklin, goes back to Harding. Makes a slick D-to-D pass to his partner of Mensch, picked off by Ian, trying to find Stetzinger out front. Stetzinger with another shot. And Mensch is there. And it's still kept alive by Demers. Demers trying to make a move around the captain for the Bobcats, Harding, but they both get tripped up. Brewer and his man of Mensch. Stetzinger with a shot on Miller. And finally, another man, that's Harding. And finally, referee will blow his whistle. I don't know what it's for. Either the netting came off or too many guys on the ice at once. So 13:27 left in the third period with a quick line change with Lafferty's line out there. Lafferty will win the draw back to Calandra. He gets a shot, but that's blocked off by Harding, and Nahama will carry it up for the Bobcats. And puck gets sent deep. Here's Calandra with an open net. And Miller was caught lacking as he was trying to do something for the Bobcats to get that puck free, but it's a little bit of a wide open net, but Calandra can't bury that one. No icing on the play. Here's Gerst. Will chip it forward for Lamb, and Lamb will have speed, find his winger of Calandra. Calandra finds possibly Lafferty backdoor, but that's great defensive play by McManus to interrupt that. And Lafferty will handle it. Lafferty finds Lamb, back to Lafferty, a little give and go. But the puck is just a little too far in front of Lamb, and with speed, here's Mannerbaum. Mannerbaum with a shot, and a quick blocker save by Parker, and it's back in the far corner. McLeod will check off his man of Mannerbaum, and Calandra will start it up for the Mean Green. Lamb handles it with presence, but that's picked off by Rowski, and the Bobcats. McManus will have some time. And finally, here's Calandra again. Calandra all over the puck tonight with a little bit of a fake shot, but still has possession behind the goal line. And puck squirts free to Davenlew. Goes all the way back to the point. Here's McLeod. McLeod will just rim it around for Calandra, still below the goal line with McManus on him. Back to the point. Here's McLeod. McLeod fires it. McLeod with a shot, but it's wide of Miller back in the near corner. And finally it comes out to the Bobcats. Bates and Roski with a possible 2-on-2 forming, but Davenlew comes back to back check. And here's McLeod finding maybe a possible Clark Bailey and Rutledge on a 2-on-0 attempt, but picked off by the Bobcats defense. Here's Rutledge with the lone goal in the third period for the Mean Green. being the deciding factor of this game. Here's Harding making some moves. Harding with a shot. And a quick snapshot and a glove grab by Parker. And we'll have a face-off in the Mean Green defensive zone on the near dot with Rutledge and Franklin. And Rutledge will win that successfully back for Alford, who rims it all right around for Davenlew. Finally squirts free for Bailey. Bailey will calm and collect, try to get a shot off, and hits off the boards, but luckily goes all the way back to Rutledge. He'll do a little cycle play with Bailey, gets hit off by McManus, and Rutledge just sends it all the way around for Alford, who can't get all of it, but finally Franklin is there. Mannerbaum with a ton of speed getting the puck, but it goes all the way deep. Mannerbaum trying to do a wraparound attempt, get hit off the play. Puck is still free. Here's Nahama on the shot, and Parker is down on it. So is Gerst, and referee finally blows the whistle as Mannerbaum did a quick wraparound attempt on that one with speed, and Nahama was trying to get that rebound attempt along with Franklin. And Bobcats trying to make this a even 3-3 hockey game, but Parker said no, who's been stellar in the pipes tonight, as always, but especially this game and the few periods we've seen him. So we'll change lines. Here's Stetzinger, Demers, and Eaton. And Franklin will win it back. McManus is there. McManus. Cross eyes to Mannerbaum with that opportunity just a few seconds back. Finds Franklin. Franklin one-on-one with Alford. Franklin will go all around his net. Finds McManus on the point. McManus with a shot. Quick blocker save by Parker. And Franklin on the far corner. Trying to skip it past his man of Alford. But Stetzinger will carry it up. Stride for stride. Cross eyes for Ian. Eric Ian. The Magic Man trying to find Demers out front, and Miller is there to glove that down and blow a whistle, and we'll have a face-off right in front of him with 9:47 left in the third. 42 shots for North Texas so far, which a lot of opportunities for them down low in front of Miller, but 3 goals on the night, and they've had a lot of opportunities to make this a high-scoring game, but Miller has been very stellar so far. Here's Ian. Ian with space and time. Eric Ian with a shot, and he had that glove side as he scored that earlier in the first period. Went around 2 guys and had that glove side snipe, and on that face-off, we got to see Ian. If you give him time and space, he'll bury it, and he almost did in front of Miller, but just a little wide from that one, which would have made this a 4-2 hockey game, which would have been a considerable lead from a 3-2 with a lot of time still left in this period. And face-off is kind of tied up, but Brewer is there. Brewer with a shot, and a glove snag by Parker, as Trace Parker has been stellar on the glove all night. And interrupts that shot from Brewer, and we'll have a face-off with Roski and Stetzinger. And a little bit of a tie-up, but Brewer is there. Rims it around. Right Perry is there with speed. Fights off his man. And finally, McLeod. McLeod will shoot off the boards. Here's Bates. And Bates still has possession of it as after he goes off his man. Back to Brewer. Brewer will backhand pass that to Roski. It goes all the way back to Papard. Papard with a shot. And that is hits off the man and goes wide. Here's Demers. Demers with a ton of speed, one-on-one with Harding. Finds Ian. Ian trying to do a little toe drag move, and Harding's on him. And Ian down low in the corner where he does his best work. Finds McLeod out front and hits off Harding. Finally goes all the way back. Here's Mannerbaum after it skips off McLeod stick. Mannerbaum with some space and time. Mannerbaum with a shot and falls to his feet and hits the netting. But still, puck is still out and alive. And the Bobcats just trying to get as many shots as they can on Parker to interrupt this lead. But the Mean Green doing a great job defensively at doing that. Here's McManus. McManus with a shot and a low glove save by Parker, who has been amazing. Hasn't let a goal in from the Bobcats since the first period, which was early in the first. So he has been stellar. A lot of his friends behind him tonight watching the game. And puck is won by the Mean Green, but is interrupted by Mannerbaum. And delayed off sides, but Gerst and Lafferty will give and go. Finally, Gerst finds Calandra, center ice, back to Lafferty, who sends it deep. Lafferty getting his goal last game after a long. Here's a shot from Calandra, and he scores. What a weird angle shot by Dominic Calandra, and what a goal as he got his first of this season last game against SMU, but buries his second of this season after a little spinorama shot from all the way back almost on the point. I believe Miller didn't even see that one as it just trickled between his legs, and Calandra gets on the board, making this a 4-2 hockey game with the Mean Green lead. 7:42 left in the third. As this game has been very back and forth, but so far the Mean Green have done amazing in this period, especially Trace Parker, who has stopped a lot of shots, especially one's glove side, as that Calandra goal making this a very more relaxed lead for North Texas. As Rutledge got the one early in the third period, and Calandra with the one just about a minute back, and a lot of those weird angle goals going in for North Texas, but as long as it goes in, that's all that matters. Here's another shot scored. Harding for the Bobcats, his second of the night. The captain for Texas State getting on the board again, as he was on the point, had some room and time, and got a shot off, went 5-hole and just barely trickled in. 5-hole for Parker. So now a 4-3 game as the Bobcats respond after those 2 goals from North Texas. So a little bit of a scoring spree in the last 10 minutes of play, but we'll see what the final result will be. And we're now in with 7:15. Time is ticking for the Bobcats, so we'll see if the Mean Green can hold their defense up and really show up and come out with a win on top at tonight's game. Here's McLeod. He'll wheel it up. Lars McLeod makes a shot. It's blocked by McManus. McManus doing a great job defensively tonight. Finds his man of Rowski. Gives it back to Mannerbaum. Mannerbaum with speed. Little backhand pass to Rowski, and that goes in 5-hole on Parker. As I don't think he even saw that puck go in, as there was a screen out front in Parker. And I don't even think he saw that puck go in, as he didn't even really go down. But Mannerbaum showing off his speed with a back pass to Rowski for Texas State. As that is Brandon Rowski, who gets his first of the night, making this a tied hockey game. As it was a good lead, 4-2 lead for the Mean Green, and Bobcats responded once and then responded twice. Now it's back to a tied hockey game. So it was a 2v2 game going into this period, but now our 4v4 hockey game with plenty of time left, with 6:20 left in the third period. Here's Demers as it chips off the glass. Demers showing off his speed. Stetzinger follows him up along with Ian on the blue line. Demers making a move around Pepard and trying to find Ian out front, but It's picked off by McManus and still kept alive as Demers keeps that in. Here's Stetzinger down low. Stetzinger with a shot. And that's finally chipped away from the goaltender of Miller. And here's McManus. We'll drop past that for his man, but picked up by Demers. Finally responding with it is Brewer. Brewer 2-on-2 forming with him and Bates. Brewer with a shot. Great block by Alfred, but he goes down. And here is Eaton. Eaton trying to make a move around Harding, but great D by the defensive core for the Bobcats. And here's Mannerbaum, center ice. Mannerbaum with some speed. Here's Gerst. Great stick in on him with a little bit of a poke. And finally, Lafferty will send it in a trickle pass. Harding stick. And finally, Minch is there off the boards. And here's Reed. Reed will find Lamb, but can't seem to connect on that. Here's Calandra. Calandra with a shot as the little pass from Reed was a little bit ahead of Calandra, but couldn't seem to capitalize on that on Miller. Calandra trying to find his second of the night. And the shot's almost even now with 44-41. And Miller going to the bench, broke his stick on that play from the Calandra shot. Colton Miller has been pretty stellar tonight as well, with facing 44 shots as Parker's faced 41. So both goalies doing a tremendous job down low. As here's Calandra with a shot, scored! Calandra! Hat-trick makes this a 5-4 hockey game. And Calandra will score that, and a 4:52 left in the third period. And Calandra capitalized that one off the draw. I didn't see where that went on Miller, but I believe it was glove side. And Calandra will get on the board, making this a very, very important lead late in the third period. Hopefully the momentum can stay alive for North Texas. And here's Franklin. Franklin with a shot. Goes wide of Parker, kept alive by McManus, and gets hit off the play as Rutledge. And finally, Bailey. Bailey maybe on a breakaway. Clark Bailey with a shot. Oh, and it goes wide of Miller. He had some room there, a little bit of net. But it goes wide and still kept alive by Davenlew. Down low in the far corner is Bailey, fought off by McManus. And finally, with full possession is Roski and Franklin. Roski got the last goal for the Bobcats. Another shot by Franklin and glove snag by Trace Parker. And we'll have a face-off right in front of him. With 4:12 left. After that Calandra goal, it's a great lead, but we still got to be, the Mean Green still have to be careful on their puck possession and what they do in front of Parker. As Mannerbaum wins that one back for Minch and finds his man of Bates. Finally, with full time with it is Demers. Demers with some speed. Brewer on him. Demers trying to make a move around his man of Harding. Setzinger on the follow-up. Finds Ian. Ian with a shot. And Miller is there. Finally, puck comes out on top for his Brewer. And we'll see what Bobcats can do on the other way around. Here's Mannerbaum. Mannerbaum will circle around, trying to find Bates out front in the slot. And finally, we'll see on the opposite side of the ice. Here's Ian and Demers, along with Stetzinger. Demers with a shot. Wide of Miller. Ian on the follow-up. Scored! Eric Ian, the Magic Man, gets his second of the night. Eric Eaton off the shot from Demers, hits off the boards. And Eaton with the backhand rebound on Miller makes this a 6-4 lead. Eric Eaton, the second of the night, after his first goal for North Texas in the first period. And what a play by him as Demers got that wide of Miller, but Eaton found the little gap there between the net and Miller and got the rebound attempt, making this a very 2-goal lead for North Texas. As here's Kalantra, who had the goal not too long ago. Kalantra on a follow-up attempt. And Miller will glove that. Miller still has been doing a tremendous job for the Bobcats, but a ton of shots that the Mean Green have put on him. And we'll have Lafferty on the draw with Mannerbaum. Lafferty will win it back. Here's Calandra. That's picked off by Nahama. Nahama with speed. He'll take a shot, and that is way high from Parker, and Lafferty will circle around and try to find his open man. He's got some speed, finds his winger of Lamb, and the puck is sent in the Bobcat zone. Here's McManus, who will spin away and collect. Finally rims it around. Here's Alfred. Alfred with some key blocks tonight for North Texas, making sure no pucks go in front of Parker so he doesn't see him. So Alfred doing a good job at that on the point. He'll finally send that deep, but Lamb is there. Finds Lafferty, cross ice. Lafferty with a shot, and a quick glove save by Colton Miller. And we'll have a face-off on the far face-off dot with Rutledge, Bailey, and Davenlew. Rutledge on the draw. He'll lose it to his man of Franklin. McLeod didn't know how much pressure was on him as Brewer was there. And Brewer finally sends it deep. And Reed will rim it around. Mean Green with some pressure. Davenlew and Rutledge down there. As here's McLeod. McLeod finally chips it off the boards, but it is sent all the way back. Reed has some time and space as everyone will touch up and get on sides. Finally, Reed trying to find his man, but that's hit off by Brewer. And the Bobcats have some possession down low. Here's Franklin trying to find his man. Here's Minch. Minch with a shot. And a quick pad save by Parker. And a little bit of some problems getting it out for North Texas. But Parker with the stellar performance in net. And Franklin will win that back for Minch. Minch with some time and space sends it cross-ice dump. Bailey trying to block that one, but it's still kept alive for the Bobcats. Here's Franklin trying to find something out front. Here's Harding with a shot, and he comes out all the way top from the point. As Franklin's there again, Harding, and the puck is still free. We'll see if Davenlew can get it out for North Texas, but Minch is there. Minch with a shot, and that goes high from Parker with 1:28 left in the third. Clock is ticking. Mean Green need to do a good job at defending and making sure no pucks and every puck is seen by Parker and that there's no traffic out front. As Wright Perry finds a cross ice pass for Davenlew, but it's picked off and offsides. And we'll have a face-off right in front of the penalty boxes as we'll get line changes for both teams. I believe possibly we'll see Miller maybe go to the bench in a few seconds, pull the goalie, and make this a 6-on-5 if they want to risk it. They need 2 goals to tie it in 1 minute, which is really hard, but it's not impossible. As here's McManus. McManus onside will try to take a shot, and it hits off the boards and goes wide. Another shot on Parker, but he will glove that one down. And they will talk that one through. We'll have a face-off, I believe, on the near face-off dot. With Hooker, Colty, and Kennard out there with 55 seconds left. So they're getting some quick playing time. Here is Minch on a shot, but Parker is there. top unit out there for the Bobcats, as Mannerbaum is out there with Nahama and Roski. Them just trying to get as many shots as they can possible. And finally, the puck went back. Here's McLeod. Rims around for Colty. Colty will lose it and gets hit off the play. Hooker is there to help him out. And finally comes all the way out to the neutral zone. Here's McManus. Has time. Tries to send it forward to Roski, but McLeod is there to interrupt. Finally, McLeod has some time. 25 seconds left in the third. As it looks like this will be a Mean Green win. Has 6 goals on the night for them. As the scoring started off with Eric Eaton. Joey Demers got one, along with Dominic Calandra. And then Eaton again, and then Rutledge. As a Mean Green win, 6-4 victory. As the buzzer finally sounds, goals from various players. Ian getting 2, Demers, Calandra, Rutledge. As Calandra getting 2 on the night, along with Eric Eaton. So a lot of goals scored, and a great performance by Trace Parker, who faced 45 shots from the Bobcats, and a great performance on the opposite side of the ice for Colton Miller, who faced 48 shots. So both great performances on both sides of the ice for Calandra got a hat trick, as I'm getting told. So Calandra with a spectacular night. Got his first goal of the season last game against SMU, and he now has 4 goals on the season and buried that one. So a hat trick by Calandra, Demers, and Eaton, the Magic Man, who showed up tonight. As game 2 of the series, of a 2-game series, is tomorrow at 9:30 p.m., which is senior night. So make sure to come out and watch us celebrate our seniors. And if not, just make sure to tune with us at UNT Hockey on YouTube. So come out 9:30 p.m. senior night at the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch, Irving. So we'll see what the Mean Green can finish this off series with a 2-0 series, or if the Bobcats can respond after this difficult loss in a back-and-forth game. So Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Make sure to tune in and watch. As a 6-4 victory here at the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch on Friday night. As this is UNT Hockey on YouTube.